Hi everyone, my name is Grace Smith with the Wise News Network, and today we are at a very exciting event. We are here today at Light the Night for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. We're here to interview a couple of the vendors and just check out this amazing event. All proceeds go to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, an amazing cause, and it's a great turnout. It appears that there's a lot of people here. We are thrilled to be here supporting this amazing cause. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this special event. I'm here with Ashley Davis, who is the director for Light the Nights of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ashley. How are you doing?
Doing great. The weather's beautiful. We're excited to celebrate all the patients and survivors tonight.
Absolutely. It could not be a better day to do this event. Now, can you tell me a little bit about Light the Night and what is going to be going on today?
Yeah, Light the Night is really an opportunity for our community in Charlotte and surrounding to come together with a common goal, and that is to put an end to cancer. So participants come from all walks of life, all over the city and outside of the city, all together to raise lanterns that symbolize their connection to cancer. So patients and survivors will be carrying white lanterns tonight. Those carrying gold lanterns are walking in memory of a loved one lost to cancer. And then there's a sea of red lantern holders who really symbolize just a general support, anyone that wants to see an end to cancer. So we will lift our lanterns together when the sun goes down and really have a beautiful, reflective moment as a community to really just celebrate our community coming together for one goal, to end cancer.
Wow, that's really incredible. I'm very excited to get the chance to see these lanterns light up and watch all of the participants. I've noticed a lot of really cool little tents and maybe activities that you guys have planned. Can you describe a little bit about what's going to be going on for attendees?
Yeah, so the event starts at 4:30, so in about 10 minutes, the gates will open, and we have lots of fun activities and games for families and all of our participants to engage in, and those are all hosted by our corporate sponsors of Light the Night. So, for example, we have Charlotte Radiology here, who is hosting a Women in Science tent with a really fun educational activity in there. We have the Kids Zone with games and activities for the kids, poster decorating with atrium. So our corporate sponsors are truly a part of Light the Night, and we really enjoy putting on this event, arm in arm with them to make it a fun experience for everybody.
Absolutely. And I did hear a rumor that this is Light the Night's $1 billion year. Tell me a little bit about that. What has gone into organizing this fundraiser and getting people to donate?
Yeah, absolutely. So Light the Night has been a fundraising campaign for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society for, I would say more than 30 years. And so in those 30 years, we have now finally this year reached the $1 billion impact for our mission at the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society through Light the Night alone. So Light the Night participants all across the country. We have 120 Light the Night events every year in all different cities and states. And those folks have made an incredible impact. So this year, we're really excited to celebrate that figure.
And what is your favorite part about this event?
My favorite part is the opening ceremony. So when the sun sets and we all light our lanterns together, we hear mission stories from the stage. We have a really special speaker. Our honored hero, David, is going to share his story on stage. So we're really excited about that. But it really is the visual, the experience, and I honestly get goosebumps every time I describe it when all the lanterns come up and you kind of just look around at the crowd, and it's a really special moment, specifically for patients and their families, so they can really visualize the fact that they are not alone in this fight. So that means the world to them and to all of us at LLS, and that's why it's my favorite moment.
And if our viewers wish to donate, where can they find a donation link? Where can they contribute to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society?
Yeah, you can donate directly to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society at lls.org, like llama.sam.org, or they can go to lightthenight.org and search for the Charlotte event if they want to support the event here in Charlotte.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to add about the event or just about your experience working for Light the Night in general?
If you have any interest in being a part of curing cancer, get in touch with us, join us next year, or it's not too late, get in your car now and come on out.
I wish you guys could see this from where I am standing. It is so incredibly beautiful. Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah! Welcome to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Light the Night Charlotte. It is an amazing sight to see you here, ready to lift your lanterns high and ready to help LLS deliver more research and care and support to more people. I have had the pleasure of attending Light the Night and hosting the opening ceremony since 2019. And every single year, I am totally blown away by this community's love and support for the patients and the caregivers and the family members and the friends who are so deeply impacted by cancer here in Charlotte. So look around you. You see, you are not alone. So that is why I light the night, and no matter what brings us together tonight, we do share a common goal: to show Charlotte and the world that we are bringing light to the darkness of cancer. By lighting the night tonight, you are joining a true powerhouse. More than 100,000 people light the night each year to support LLS, one of the most respected and cutting-edge nonprofits in the world, fueling cutting-edge research, funding quality patient support and care, advocating for patients and their families at the local and federal levels to ensure that our nation's laws protect and support blood cancer patients so that they can live long, healthy lives. And tackling the challenge of making healthcare more affordable and accessible no matter who you are and where you live, so that patients can get the treatments they need. Now you can join us today by texting LIGHT, L-I-G-H-T, to 73727. That's LIGHT to 73727. And once you join, you will get messages from LLS when there is important legislation that affects blood cancer patients. Advocating for patients is what the people of LLS make happen every single day because of your passion and your generosity. And then there's the most exciting new LLS initiative, the Dare to Dream Project. Now, Dare to Dream will deliver newer, safer treatments, support, and advocacy for kids living with blood cancers, even after they are considered cancer-free and face lifelong side effects from treatment. That is why LLS is committed to deliver $175 million over the next 5 years to change the course of children's cancers.
I am here today at Light the Nights with Brittany, Anna, and Brandy, and they are here supporting Light the Nights and representing Charlotte Radiology with a Woman in Science booth. Can y'all tell me a little bit about what we have going on here today?
Yeah, so this is our booth, and it's the fun interactive activity. It's kind of radiology themed, search and find activity for kids to come in and kind of discover like what x-rays are and kind of find the missing items and like anomalies. So just fun, interactive, and encouraging women to kind of explore opportunities in science.
That is very awesome, very important as well. And this event, it is such a touching event. How do you feel to be here supporting it today?
We're very excited to be here. It's one of my favorite events of the year. So it's a great cause, and we're happy to have the opportunity to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Do y'all have anything you want to say about the event and about the booth that y'all are supporting here?
No, just very excited to be here and support lymphoma and leukemia survivors and caregivers, and support the general community and encourage women to enter STEM.
Very important. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Our white Light the Night lanterns represent survivorship and hope. We love to see them out there. Each survivor has a unique story to tell. And to share his story, please welcome 2023 honored hero, David Buckland.
It was a week before my 13th birthday in April of 2022, and I wasn't feeling very well. My parents weren't worried because it's normal for kids to catch a bug every now and then, right? Plus, I wasn't going to let it ruin my birthday fun. Several days passed, and it was finally the day of my party, and I still wasn't feeling my best. In fact, I was feeling much, much worse. I just wasn't myself.
You're fine.
Something was happening to me, but I didn't know what. Before I knew it, I was rushed to the emergency room to find out what was going on. My parents talked to the doctors while they ran an array of tests on me, and then after hours and hours, we finally had an answer. I had acute lymphoblastic leukemia. The emergency room doctor had already contacted Levine Children's Hospital and reserved a bed for me, where I would spend much of the next year of my life. As we drove from the ER to Levine, I remember asking my mom, "Leukemia is cancer, right?" We were all in complete shock. Cancer? How could I have cancer? My initial thought was, am I going to make it through this? Cancer is a deadly disease, but deep down, I knew that God had a plan for me and that I'd be okay no matter what. Since that day, I've endured various forms of chemotherapy and lots of medication, injections, and surgeries. That was all pretty tough, but the hardest part was missing school, missing being on the wrestling team and band practices, and not being able to just be a normal kid. Earlier this year, I had some complications that ultimately resulted in a rewrite of my treatment plan, but my prognosis is positive, and I'm determined to crush my last 2 years of treatment. I've taken on a new hobby of cubing, Rubik's Cubes, and I even compete. It feels good to ease back into being a kid again. I'm fortunate to have a wonderful support system in my family, friends, church, and doctors. A support system that will continue to be by my side as I fight for a cancer-free future. To anyone facing a diagnosis today or tomorrow, stay strong, push through it, and if you're like me, find your community of support. I found mine at church. I know we can cure cancer, but it's going to take all of us working together, raising the funds for more research, and supporting each other along the way. Thank you all for being here and for everything you are doing to support LLS. You are giving cancer patients a future, and you are ensuring that kids like me not only survive, but thrive. And I can't thank you enough for that.
I am here with Lexi, who is a volunteer here for the Light the Night. You are giving out lanterns. Can you tell me a little bit about what each lantern represents? I'm seeing a lot of different colors.
Yeah, so we have 3 lanterns. We have a red, which represents our just general supporters who are here. We have a yellow one, which represents those who we have lost, so supporting them in memory. And then also we have white ones, so our current survivors and any current patients that we have.
Wow, that's just beautiful. I really cannot wait to see all of these lanterns lit up and in action. What does being here at this event mean to you?
So this is actually my first time this year. We came and volunteered this year, but I've done something similar before with March babies. So it's definitely like opened my eyes and just I'm excited. My first time here. There's a laser show, opening ceremony. So there's a lot going on. So I'm just super excited to see how the night goes and kind of just learn more about the society that's here tonight.
Well, we know that every lantern here tells a story. Stories of challenge, of heartbreak, of determination, and courage. Stories that reaffirm our determination to remember those who we have lost, celebrate those who have survived, and work to improve and save the lives of those living with blood cancers. So tonight we share 3 powerful lantern stories with you, starting with our gold lanterns. Tom Crafton was a man in constant motion. He owned and ran a very successful business while still making time for his wife Nancy and 3 girls, Emily, Ellen, and Sarah. He wore each hat with pride: CEO, dad, husband, but the hat he really wore with honor was Peepaw. That's the hat he wore when he became a grandfather. Sarah, of Trekking for Tom, holds her gold lantern tonight in memory of her dad, Tom, who passed away from acute myeloid leukemia only 7 months after being diagnosed. The doctors delivered bad news frequently throughout his hospital stays. And he'd say, well, it's not what we hoped for, but we'll get through it. When it appeared that all resources were exhausted, he went to MD Anderson for a clinical trial and to give it the last ounce of strength he had left. He was so strong. If willpower could fight AML, Tom would still be here today. The dictionary defines hero as one who shows great courage or is admired for achievements and noble qualities. He didn't wear a cape. In fact, he wouldn't want to be recognized for doing admirable things. But Tom was a hero. He continues to inspire his friends and family to continue to fight for a cure in his memory. We will never stop trekking for Tom. So if you have a gold lantern like Sarah, please light it now and hold it high over your head. We take this moment to remember the lives we have lost to cancer and make sure their light remains in our hearts.
I am here with Liz Stiff, who is participating in Light the Night today. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, of course. And can you tell me a little bit about what inspired you to participate today?
Sure. So I chose to participate today because my little sister Allie was diagnosed with lymphoma about 3 years ago. She's currently in remission after 6 different courses of treatment because of AbbVie's Epkinly, and we're here with all of our family and friends supporting her and cheering her on as she continues to recover.
That is incredible. I'm so happy to hear that about your sister. It's such a powerful night. And have you participated in similar events or this event before in the past?
This is my first Light the Night. Fortunately, I've had the opportunity to participate in a lot of great community events championing different people and different causes. But this one, of course, is very near and dear to my heart for my little sister. And so I'm really excited to be here for my first Light the Night to support her and all the great work that the Lymphoma and Leukemia Society is doing.
Absolutely. And it seems like you've got a lot of people here who are supporting your sister alongside of you. And that is amazing to see. Thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed. And I hope you enjoy the event.
Thanks, you too.
I want to introduce you to 2023 honored hero, Natiya. In November of 2016, Natiya was experiencing extreme fatigue. That was unusual for a lively 4-year-old. She wouldn't know this at the time, but this would mark the beginning of her fight for her life. 4-year-old Natiya had acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Over the next 2.5 years, Natiya endured several rounds of chemotherapy, 18 spinal taps, 2 bone marrow biopsies, and multiple blood and platelet transfusions. It was a whole new world for Natiya and her family. Luckily, she and her family had an incredible support system who stepped in to provide the help Natiya and her family needed to get through their battle with cancer. Natiya rang her bell in February of 2019. She is now a thriving 11-year-old in her first year of middle school, with dreams to become, and she's very specific about this, a chemist. If you are a survivor, like Natiya, please light your white lantern, but don't lift it up just yet. We now invite all survivors and those currently living with cancer to walk toward the center of our community, into our Circle of Survivors, presented by Pharmacyclics and Janssen. While our survivors make their way to the circle, we do want to tell you about a few of them. On June 4th, 2022, Kwam felt surrounded by darkness, fear, and uncertainty after being diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. After undergoing 3 extensive rounds of chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant, it's now 1 year later, and he's grateful to report his cancer is in remission. Kwam reflects that he's surrounded by God's light, love, and hope. So today, he's going to let his light shine and help light the night. In 2022, 27-year-old Kendall Carver was diagnosed with T-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia at 20 weeks pregnant. She lost her sweet daughter Ellie, but she never lost hope. She received a bone marrow transplant earlier this year and remains cancer-free. Bill Kelly was diagnosed with an early stage of myeloma in the spring of 2021. While it remains an incurable blood cancer, myeloma is highly treatable due to research that is generating new treatments and medications every day. Currently, Bill's cancer has stopped progressing thanks to participation in one of the many clinical trials trying to find not only new treatments, but a cure for those affected by myeloma. On this exact day 2 years ago, 28-year-old Molly Meadows was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. She was given a second chance at life thanks to clinical trial chemotherapy that is researched and funded by organizations like LLS. She is forever in debt to everyone here who advocates for a cure, for patients, doctors, and researchers who commit their lives to finding additional treatments, and ultimately her brother for donating his bone marrow to save her life. Molly is walking tonight in full remission and lighting the night for those still affected. Mondo Normile was diagnosed with acute promyelocytic leukemia in November of 2020. While APL affects only about 900 people in the US each year, there is a cure. There's a cure. Thankful for the research that paved the way for the cure, for the excellent care at Levine Cancer, and of course for the support from his family and friends. Mondo is here to celebrate being cancer-free for 2 years now. Samantha Burns was diagnosed with leukemia in 2011 and spent 3.5 years in and out of the hospital undergoing extensive radiation, chemotherapy, and life-saving surgeries. She formed Team Strong Samantha to support patients and families battling leukemia and lymphoma, to fund research grants, and provide direct assistance to those in need. With 9 years in remission and over $500,000 raised, she continues to make a positive impact and exemplifies the mission of improving someone's tomorrow. Light the Night survivors are the heroes of every age, every race, and every background who give us hope for the future. They are living proof that our hard work can change and save lives, and we honor them this and every day. So survivors, are you ready? Lift your lanterns high. The light from one survivor is wonderful. The light from all of our survivors is so powerful, and it will lead us from the darkness of cancer. So survivors and patients, we salute you. A big round of applause. Now survivors, I want you to keep those lanterns up as we introduce you to 2023 Corporate Walk Chair from Coca-Cola Consolidated, Brett Frankenberg, who carries a red lantern from national presenting sponsor of Celebration and Community, Gilead and Kite. Brett knows all too well what it's like to hear the words, "You have cancer." And although it was not a blood cancer that changed his life, Brett understands that the LLS impact goes far beyond blood cancer. He knows that a cure for all cancer is in our future. Brett represents all our red lantern holders tonight because he shares our common goal to end cancer. So, if you have a red lantern and you want to see the end of cancer like Brett does, please light it. Gold and red lantern holders, now raise your lanterns high to join our survivors and current patients. Look around you. See how your one light contributes to our remarkable community of love, support, and hope. Your light matters because LLS cannot do their life-saving work without it. Your light will save lives. We will embark on our walk together using a staggered start. So keep those lanterns high as we direct you through the arch. Charlotte, are you ready to light the night? Will you all help me count down? Let's start at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great walk, everybody. Make sure you stick around for more music and our laser show finale.
And that concludes our coverage of Light the Night Charlotte. As you can see here, I have my red lantern in support of ending leukemia, lymphoma, and cancer in general. It was an extremely emotional night. During the opening ceremonies, I got a little teary-eyed myself, but it is so empowering seeing all of these supporters, survivors, and people who are inflicted with cancer currently here supporting this amazing cause. Thank you so much, and for the Wise News Network, I'm Grace Smith.